You're okay?
Yeah,
रुको. Don't be careful not to grab something hot first. चाबी बंद करो. अच्छा गियर में है गाड़ी.
अच्छा
गियर में छोड़नी है. अच्छा चलो नो वरीज. चलो बैठो. सिट ऑन. ऊपर बैठ के लेके जाओ यार.
ओके ओके.
इजी इजी. आर यू ओके ना?
ओके ओके.
क्लच मत. अच्छा किया बाइक छोड़ दी खुद अपने आप नीचे नहीं दबाओ उसको. आराम से. Just roll it. Just roll it. Roll.
హాయ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్, ఈరోజు మేము మహారాష్ట్ర వచ్చాము. ఆర్ఈ అన్రోడ్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ ఉండే. సో ఇక్కడ 4 days ట్రైనింగ్ ఉంటుంది. సో ఇక్కడ ఈ రిసార్ట్లో బుక్ చేశారు. ఇది సో ఫ్రెండ్స్, ఫైనల్గా అయితే రూమ్ చెక్ ఇన్ అవుతున్నాము. చాలా బాగుంది. ఇది మహారాష్ట్ర టూరిజం డెవలప్మెంట్ కార్పొరేషన్ వాళ్ళది. సో నాకు ఈ రూమ్ ఇచ్చారు. ఇది వచ్చేసి 407. జరా వావ్, సింగిల్ ఆక్యుపెన్సీ. ఇది చాలా బాగుంది. రూమ్ మాత్రం చాలా నీట్గా ఉంది. షూ ర్యాక్. సో టీవీ కూడా ఉంది. దిస్ ఈజ్ మై ప్యానియర్స్. ఇవి మోసుకొచ్చేపటికి నా పని అంతా అయోమయం అయిపోయింది. ఈ బ్యాగ్, 3 ప్యానియర్స్, హెల్మెట్, బాబోయ్, కబోర్డ్ ఒకటి ఉంది, డ్రెస్సింగ్ టేబుల్. వాష్రూమ్ కూడా సూపర్ ఉంది. మిర్రర్ బాత్. ఇది ఫైనల్గా నా రూమ్. 4 days ఇక్కడే ఉండాల్సి వస్తుంది. 4 days ఏంటంటే వీళ్ళు ట్రైనింగ్ ఉంటుంది మార్నింగ్ నుంచి ఈవినింగ్ వరకు. సో సండే వరకు ఇక్కడే ఉంటాము. సో సండే వరకు ఇదే నా రూమ్. Anytime between here and 5 kilometers later also, if you have a doubt, just stop there. Somebody will come and tell you the way. Okay? It's just one road till you take a ride to Adventure Park. Understood? Yes. Okay? Nelly का ट्रेनिंग अच्छी तरह से करो. Okay? सब लोग चलो. Thank you.
Okay. So by now you must have seen and noticed, obviously the terrain is not so great to ride, but definitely very rewarding if you know how to ride it well on it, right? And it's always changing, so this is the best fun part of that. So in order to ride motorcycle off-road, I'm going to brief upon two positions, which is while sitting and while standing. Most of the time you ride motorcycle with the lower half of your body and not the upper half of your body. All right, so how do we get into the posture to do so, get the right control? First steps first is I'm going to start with the foot position, then all the way to the vision. Okay, the first common mistake which I see most of you guys do it is you guys are sitting on the motorcycle with your foot peg, okay, covering all your gears and the brake controls. Okay, you're putting your foot just to be ready to shift your brake, use a brake or shift a gear, right? While you ride off-road, first thing you do is stay away from them. Okay, very simple reason is because the surface is not smooth enough, just like a good road. So accidentally you might be using it, or you might just shift it, right? Especially with your stiff shoes, sometimes when you're going on an incline, you might just shift a gear which you don't want. All right, it may go in a neutral too. So to avoid something like that, you try and stay away from it. Okay, now of course I see that you guys may not be active enough in the beginning to stay on your toes all the time. It can get a little bit of taxing, so I recommend you can start somewhere in the mid-foot. Okay, now that has its disadvantage, but at the same time it will ease you in towards trying to get towards your toes over here. Okay, the reason we ask you to ride over the toes in this fashion is because, very simple, when you start hitting a bumpy road or anything of like an obstacle, you want your complete range of movement in your ankle, as is your shoe is going to be stiff. Okay, which is a good thing for your safety, but at the same time you want to be absorbing impacts along with the motorcycle and not just let the motorcycle do its job. So you wanted to complement the motorcycle, you want the range of movement, which is this, your ankle range. When you come into the center, you don't get to do that. All right, so hence we recommend to be on your toes. Let's say you land a jump or something like that, you get a suspension by your own body apart from the motorcycle. Like I said, in the beginning you can start away, right somewhere in the middle. Okay, but you'll still notice that you might be accidentally using the controls, so try and avoid that position as much as possible. Okay, pay attention to this posture. Next one is your elbows. I see most of you right now are just riding with your elbows down over here, and it's a good relaxed cruising mode. Definitely when you're tired, I would definitely do something like this, but when it's time for an action, I always get the elbows up. Right, there are two reasons to it. Elbows up not only just helps you get the complete range of movement of your motorcycle, such as the steering. For example, when your elbows are down and I'm going to turn this much, already the elbow is coming towards my chest. Now when the moment I open up, I have this much left which I can use. So the first step is to get your elbows up. Next step is, the reason is, obviously you're riding off-road, so you're going to get a lot of impact from the ground here and there, so the body is going to end up being thrown, so you're constantly being pushed back and forth. Now when you get your elbows up, it allows you a chance to hold your a better group of muscle to hold your upper body well. For example, you're just not, when the elbows are down, you're just not using just the forearms. Okay, but when your elbows are up, you get to use your shoulder blades, all your other group of muscles, so that you're sharing the load evenly. So imagine the whole day using only forearms versus using every group of muscle of your body. Okay, it's going to be relaxed for a longer period and less taxed, right? So that is another good advantage to have your elbows up. Levers. A lot of people I know use 4 fingers, which is a strict no. You don't need 4 fingers to operate a clutch or a brake. All you need is maximum 2. Okay, some of them also use one finger. I wouldn't recommend one finger, single finger operation today, unless you are getting really comfortable with it. But highly recommend to not to use 4 fingers for sure, right? So that leaves you with the 2 finger option. This is a decent grip to cover the grip of the handlebar for you to hold on to the bike, right? It's just right to not to get your hands off, slipped off. At the same time, you're not holding a death grip or compromising grip in any fashion while using your clutch or a brake. So 2 fingers is recommended most of the time. Coming to the vision, riding in group, obviously you end up looking at the guy in front of you, okay, and try and see where he is going, and we forget the line options available from the right or the left. Right now, looking further ahead definitely helps, and that's exactly what we always tell, and you must have heard from a lot of other riders too, is that looking far ahead helps you prepare. Rather than being reactive, you're more action oriented. Now the difference between a reaction and action is a whole lot of a difference. For example, so I'm going to request Pratik to show a demo of it, but while he is doing the demo, the whole goal of this exercise, I'm going to tell you, is to basically achieve a good control over your throttle, your brakes and the clutch. Now when I say so, watch, observe what Pratik is going to do is, as he passes through this cone, and there is a stone over there and a stone in between, okay? So yeah, the goal is just to do a smooth maneuver through a narrow section. Imagine you're riding through a trail and you're going through narrow sections. You want to do a smooth maneuver through this and try and hold the line which you always wanted to. Okay. Now, obviously, if you're going to go something like this, you got to plan. So you need the vision to be right. For example, if I'm over here with the motorcycle, okay, and I'm going to take a right turn, I'm already looking way ahead over here. Okay. While I'm here, I've already looked to position my front tires right over there. Similarly, my vision length is constant to where I want to go. So while I'm here, I'm already looking over there. Okay? So try and keep your eyesight a little bit ahead and not roll it down. Okay? While you do it, sometimes the RPM might be higher, which is okay. You're controlling it with the clutch, okay, and not reducing the throttle. Okay? The next thing is you got to try and apply is using the brakes. You're dragging the brakes just right enough and not locking the wheels. So that means you are slightly applying them. Okay, let the wheels spin as much as it's required, but not locked. Okay, so it should look somewhat like this. Pratik? The goal is to go slalom, and we will do only in one direction. So pay attention to the throttle, where he is looking. Throttle is steady, he is looking at one position. Next. Just one more time. If you see, he is using the bike to be leaning as well. That's the advantage of standing. You know what I'm saying? So when you lean the motorcycle, you are able to make the turn shorter. So he's able to fit in the motorcycle within that much. Okay, so that's... Exactly, I want 2 people to volunteer here. Two people. You of you? Fair enough. Right. So now, this situation is going to happen a lot. Alright, and in case if it happens, first step is you have to do is park your motorcycle, okay, and try and avoid pushing him from the behind. Okay, the best way to do is you come up first. Okay, observe where you're going to pull him from, while your job is to give steady throttle and not let the wheel spin too much. Okay, so you not have to press the brakes. At the same time, you're gonna give it just enough throttle and leave in the clutch also, so that the bike gets the momentum. Okay, and for you guys, have to coordinate amongst the three. Guys on the floor are going to grab the motorcycle at the grab rails in the front over here, or at the bottom over here, or at the fork. I would avoid the fork because that's gonna hamper his inputs on the steering. I'm gonna avoid his handlebar for sure. Okay, while I'm doing so, I'm gonna try and probably hold the grab rail of the Himalayan over here, okay, or the leg guard or something of that sorts. And then look where you want to go first. Very, very important. So if you keep looking down and keep yelling on it and giving him instructions, it's not going to work. Correct. So the best way to do is to stay patient. Look where you want to go. Okay, all three of you should be looking where you want to go and pull him out. Okay. Okay. Your job is to have a firm grip on the floor. Okay, so that you don't spin and slip and fall. Okay. At the same time, give him enough pull in.
Okay. आगे लेना, पीछे नहीं जाएगा ये. काफी अच्छा तक हो गया.
Yeah, ये अभी
वो यूं करके भी नहीं होगा.
Yes, वो होगा पर अभी समझो ये होगा तो. So now, best of luck, friends.
Wait, गाड़ी को स्टार्ट करनी होगी ना.
चलो करो. Hey, wait. Ready? All right, perfect. Very, very well done. You see, less dust created, just right amount of input. Okay, next set of three guys. Come on.
अपलिफ्ट कर देना, गाड़ी को चढ़ा देना है. मुझे वो लड़के ने बताया, बोले मार दे एक्सीलेटर. नाइस. एक्चुअली दो जन है ना, नीचे भी होने चाहिए. हाँ, क्योंकि वो गिरेगा ना तो पकड़ने के लिए. petrol, yeah?